One Strange New Worlds musical scene may have damaged Star Trek's timeline ahead of Season 3. Lieutenant Lan Noonien Singh, Christina Chong, made a mistake in Star Trek's first ever musical episode that could threaten Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 3. Written by David Reed and directed by Amanda Rowe, Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 3, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow, saw Lan fall in love with an alternate reality Captain James T. Kirk, Paul Wesley, on a mission to protect Star Trek's prime timeline. Strange New Worlds musical episode, Subspace Rap City, written by Dana Horgan and Bill Wolkoff and directed by Dermot Downes, follows up Lian's story when she confesses her doomed romance to Lieutenant James T. Kirk, Paul Wesley. Lian and her Captain Kirk shared a unique ordeal in Star Trek Strange New Worlds Season 2, Episode 3, Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Kirk and Lian's mission uncovered a Romulan plot to alter Star Trek's prime timeline, with Lian stopping a Romulan temporal agent named Syrah, Adelaide Kane, from assassinating a young Khan Noonien Singh, Dismat Sivan, in 21st century Toronto. But Syrah murdered Kirk, who died in Lian's arms. Although Lian saved Khan and set reality back to its proper course, she was emotionally bereft from losing James. Lian broke a promise and told Kirk about her Star Trek Strange New Worlds time travel at the end of Star Trek Strange New Worlds Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. Agent Imlay, Allison Wilson Forbes, from the Department of Temporal Investigations ordered Lian never to divulge what happened when she time traveled to anyone. No one aboard the Starship Enterprise can know Romulans are interfering with time, and that Lian reversed an incursion that already changed reality. Imlay was satisfied when Lian said she would not risk undoing her protection of the timeline, despite Lian's despair that she can't reveal her heartbreak to anyone. However, in Star Trek Strange New Worlds musical episode, Lian broke her word to the Department of Temporal Investigations and told LT, James T. Kirk, that she met an alternate version of him. Even Kirk was alarmed, telling Lian, I don't love rules, but I'm pretty sure I'm about to break a big one. To Lian's credit, she was mum about the time travel details and only talked about how much she liked how her James Kirk saw the real her. Lian also only told Kirk that her James was gone, never specifying that he had died at the hands of a time-traveling Romulan. But did Lian still make a huge mistake? Why telling Kirk was more important to Lian than protecting Star Trek's timeline LT? Lan Noonien Singh did her duty as much as she could and protected the timeline during her confession in Star Trek's musical episode. But even then, Lian felt she had to tell Kirk, partly because LT Commander Una Chin Riley, Rebecca Romijn, advised her to, but really because keeping the James T. Kirk she loved and lost a secret was a burden Lian could no longer endure. Lian had to know if what she had with her, Captain Kirk, could happen again with LT Kirk. But even beyond Lian learning that Kirk can't reciprocate her feelings, despite also feeling their mutual connection, Lian had to share her feelings with Kirk as a crucial first step toward her true desire. Lian wants and needs to be a more open person who lets other people in, as opposed to the barrier Lian faces because of her shame that she's descended from Khan Noonien Singh. Lian wants to shed the scarlet letter she carries and coming clean with LT. James Kirk had to happen so Lian could change her paradigm. But what does this mean for Star Trek's timeline? In Season 2 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, the crew of the USS Enterprise embarks on a delightfully unexpected adventure in the musical episode Subspace Rap City. It's a bold and entertaining experiment, introducing a Broadway-style musical format into the Star Trek universe for the first time. While the episode received mixed reactions, from enthusiastic praise to confused head-scratching, there's a lingering question beneath all the song and dance. Could this musical adventure have unintended consequences for the timeline of Star Trek itself? For fans of Star Trek, preserving the integrity of the timeline is a crucial part of the lore. Time travel and temporal anomalies are familiar plot devices in the franchise, and any alteration to history often has ripple effects that can drastically alter the course of events. Subspace Rap City might seem like harmless fun, but a closer look suggests that the episode's very premise could have repercussions that extend far beyond its runtime, potentially threatening the established Star Trek timeline ahead of Season 3. The premise of Subspace Rap City. Subspace Rap City kicks off when the crew encounters an anomaly in subspace, essentially the highway used for faster-than-light communication in the galaxy. A miscalculation in trying to understand the anomaly results in an unexpected chain reaction, The Enterprise crew becomes trapped in a reality where their emotions and interactions are expressed through musical numbers. This sudden shift from serious space exploration to spontaneous song and dance routines is disorienting, not just for the crew, but also for the Star Trek universe itself. While the episode is lighthearted in tone, it presents a high-stakes situation. This musical subspace field starts spreading, with the potential to affect other ships and communications across the quadrant. It becomes clear that if the anomaly is not contained, the entire Federation and possibly beyond could be caught in this bizarre phenomenon. Though the anomaly is eventually neutralized, the very nature of the subspace disruption raises important questions about how far-reaching its effects may be. Temporal anomalies and subspace interference. Star Trek fans know that subspace is not just a communications tool, it's deeply intertwined with the fabric of spacetime. Disturbances in subspace have, in previous episodes and series, resulted in catastrophic changes to the timeline. In the Star Trek Voyager episode Year of Hell, for example, subspace fractures caused by temporal weapons lead to alternate realities and erased timelines. Similarly, in Star Trek The Next Generation, subspace anomalies have been shown to interfere with time travel and warp technology. In Subspace Rap City, the musical anomaly may have seemed contained within that one episode, but the very fact that it interacted with subspace raises red flags. Could it have caused temporal ripples that went unnoticed by the crew? We already know that anomalies in subspace can have unpredictable and far-reaching effects, and messing with the fabric of spacetime even accidentally often results in unseen consequences. Could the musical episode alter key events? If we consider the possibility that the subspace anomaly from Subspace Rap City created unintended distortions in time, we must ask, what key events in Star Trek's history could be affected? Season 2 of Strange New Worlds already played with time travel through the character of Leon Noonien Singh and the infamous Khan legacy. The timeline of Star Trek has always been delicate, with pivotal moments such as the rise and fall of the Terran Empire in the Mirror Universe, the Dominion War, and even the survival of the Federation hinging on specific events happening as they should. A small change, like the one caused by a subspace anomaly, could easily throw off the balance of those key events. Suppose the spread of the anomaly in Subspace Rap City disrupted an important communication at a critical moment in the past. Even a minor delay in relaying a message across the galaxy could alter decisions made in a battle, peace negotiation, or first contact scenario. Pike's knowledge of his fate, another potential timeline complication, centers around Captain Christopher Pike's foreknowledge of his future. Since Season 1, Pike has been burdened with the knowledge of his tragic destiny, eventually being severely injured in a training accident that will leave him disfigured and paralyzed. This knowledge weighs heavily on him throughout the series, influencing his decisions and leadership style. Could the subspace musical anomaly have amplified this burden, subtly altering Pike's emotional state or mindset in ways that changed the course of his actions? The subspace anomaly forced the crew to sing their innermost thoughts, revealing